Hey everybody, I'm Aussie, and today I'm coming at you with a bit of a different kind of video. Still on airdrops, still on airdrop hunting, but a bit more on how to manage it all. How do you prioritize which airdrops to go after? I only have so much money, I only have so much time in the day. What do I do? And I don't think this is something that's talked about enough around airdrop hunting and talked about by airdrop hunters at all. There's so many airdrop hunters that are just like, oh, here's the next guide, here's the next guide, here's the next guide. And yeah, that makes great content. And in reality, if you had a limited amount of money and all the time in the world, you may be able to do them all. But even then, I think it would be a stretch, especially in an airdrop season like now. In an airdrop season like right now, it's hard to keep up with everything. I struggle sometimes, and it's why in our community Discord, we're all sharing all of our different finds so that we can keep track of things. That said, not everyone has an unlimited amount of time or an unlimited amount of funds. And so we've got to take on a couple of different strategies. One is prioritization. You've got to prioritize the airdrops that are most likely to drive the biggest returns based on how much money you've got. Manta, for example, unless you had really big money or a lot of followers, it wasn't really going to pay off. If you look at a lot of the singular dApps, Camino, MarginFi, any of those really small dApps, like a single application, single protocol on the blockchain, you know what? Though, especially ones that are very capital intensive, there are probably better ways to spend your money. I know that might seem counterintuitive, but those small projects, they might look like great opportunities, especially with Jupiter, the big Jupiter airdrop that just went out. But the people that earned the most on those were people that have been using it for 2 years, not people who just started farming it last month. Now, I say that. There is the flip side. Eigenlayer, interesting one. I actually think that probably isn't one that I would do if I didn't have a lot of money. I think having that capital stagnant is probably one of the worst ways to use that capital. Now, let me repeat that. Stagnant capital is the worst kind of airdrop hunting. If you're just locking your money up somewhere, except for Cosmos staking, I will caveat that, except for Cosmos staking, there are probably better ways to use that money. That's why I like the term airdrop stacking. I don't want my money just sitting there doing nothing. I want to find a way that I can take that same $1,000 and farm as many protocols as I can. What that might mean is starting with money on Matic, and then switching that mainly to USDC and bridging it over using Stargate to, I don't know, ETH or ZK Sync directly. And then taking that money on ZK Sync, doing some transactions with protocols that don't have any tokens on ZK Sync, so that I'm farming ZK Sync and those special protocols, Zero Lend, Arrow Lend, Sync Swap, ZK Swap, ZNS, all of those. And then use Interport Finance to bridge over to Scroll. Do the same thing on Scroll. Then use Stargate to bridge off of Scroll and do some more Stargate and Layer 0 transactions. That way you're constantly using that money. That money is moving around and doing transactions constantly rather than just sitting locked up in a vault. If you don't have a lot of time, but you got a lot of money, locking money up into vaults and these different protocols that are stake and earn the airdrop, great. That might be the best strategy for you. But if you don't have a lot of money, focus on these big ones and then look at what dApps and what protocols you can loop in there to stack those airdrops. Don't lock your money up. I think that is one of the biggest things is just don't lock your money up if you don't have a lot of money. You go stack different airdrops and try to do it so that you're farming some dApps that are more likely to give airdrops soon, and then also building up that volume and that kind of presence on these bigger airdrops that might be 3, 6, 9 months away. So then you can use those more close airdrops to help fund your wallet so that you can go pursue these bigger airdrops, have more volume to pursue these bigger airdrops and replenish your gas. The other thing that you can do, and one thing that I like to do, especially if I don't have a lot of money, is mix doing quests on these layer zeros, layer 3, XYZ, Galaxy, Interact. Go do those quests. So then you're double stacking, and then go do quests for test or no gas fee protocols, low gas fee activities, because guess what? Since those are going to be low fee, you can keep your main capital doing these efficient things and then siphon off a little bit to go pursue a testnet or pursue these free potential airdrops. That way you're balancing both of them. You have your weekly checklist, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and your kind of exploration, getting yourself seated so that maybe even you get a small airdrop from some of these others. If you look at, I don't know what to do every week. First things first, go join my free community. What we do is every week we post what you need to claim, any airdrops you should go check if you're eligible for and claim the airdrop, and 2, a weekly checklist of actions you should be doing to make sure you're eligible for the most airdrops you can. Now, a weekly checklist is a great way to stay on track. Know what actions you need to take so that you can make sure you can tick all of those boxes every week. Make sure you're hitting these big airdrops so that even only you're doing a few transactions with a couple $100, you've built up a history. You've been doing transactions for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and you're building up a number of transactions. If you do 5 transactions a week on ZK Sync or Scroll, and you do that for the next 3 months, guess what? You're looking at 60 plus transactions. More than that. Guess what? 60 plus transactions over 3 months, that gets you a bunch of points for airdrops. And so definitely check those out. You'll make sure you're building that stack. Now, I'm going to talk about Jupiter just a little bit. So many people are posting about how big of a Jupiter airdrop they've got and how they've got more airdrops coming. Airdrops that a lot of influencers are hyping, or you see someone posting a new guide every day. Half those probably won't pay out, or they'll be dust. They'll be a $10 airdrop. The airdrop isn't going to be worth your time. Or, in the case of Jupiter right now, you might get heavily diluted. The influencers are pushing it so much that there are hundreds of millions of people doing them, and that's going to make your rewards just that much, so small. They're pushing the flavor of the day. When I'm putting out these guides, there are things that I'm doing myself. I'm trying to find the best activities to make me the most money and to help make you the most money. And so that's why you might see someone like Crypto Cove put out a video a day or 2 videos a day, and I'm only putting out 2 or 3 videos a week. I'm looking to give you the most value, help you find those best projects. We talk about how to prioritize. Should I do Pith staking or Cosmos staking? Should I be focusing on Solana, or should I be looking at the L2 ecosystem? And we talk about all those things, and the community members are like, I got $100. What should I do? Go check it out. Go join that community. Everyone out there is helping each other. Try to kill it in this bull market and try to figure out the best strategy for crypto airdrops in 2024. I really suggest checking it out. There are so many people that are helpful in that community, so many great people asking questions, things that you don't even think of, and they try to help filter out that information, help you find the best and the most important tasks and airdrops to pursue at any given time. Now, I know this was a different kind of video. There wasn't a guide. It was just me rambling a little bit. But to summarize, it's normal not to be able to keep up with every single airdrop. 2, you don't need to feel bad about not being able to pursue every airdrop. 3, locking up your money for airdrops is usually the worst strategy unless you don't have a lot of time. If you've got 1 to 2 hours a week, you're better off keeping your money loose and free and airdrop stacking as much as possible on different big protocols. 4, ecosystems or blockchains are more likely to give larger airdrops than single DApp airdrops. 5, have a weekly checklist. Join my community. We're dropping one tonight. So go join that community, see that weekly checklist. And then 6, have a great community of people so that you can ask questions and find support and get the great answers. So that which airdrops to claim, make sure you're not claiming scam links, and so that you can get the support in killing at this bull market that you need and that you deserve. I think we can all win this bull run, and let's just do it together. Let's work together so that we can all make it. If you like the content, drop a like, drop a subscribe, share it with a friend, join the free community. It will make a huge difference for me, for the channel, and for you in this 2024 bull run. Thanks for watching. See you next time.